You can ask me any questions about the immunization schedule that I just shared with you, and make sure that you bring the immunization card with you to the clinic each time.
Okay, Aaron. Please report to the clinic this afternoon as I want to individually review the progress that each of you on the team has made. I'll see you later.
Yes, Izara. I'll be there this afternoon.
Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Hi, Zala. I'm glad to see you.
Why do you look so worried?
I'm nervous because the new supervisor was with me in the field this morning. And she has asked me to come back to the clinic to ask about my progress.
Yes, Aaron. She has asked to speak to me too. The new supervisor seems very strict. She has called for individual meetings already with each one of us. I heard that she's put up a notice on the board with a regular schedule for each of us to meet with her individually, considering that our center has not been able to meet targets as of late.
I'm sure she's just like our last supervisor, always scolding us for the things that weren't even in our control.
I'm so nervous about facing her, and that too, all by myself.
I know what you mean. I'm afraid about the same thing. How will we manage to explain her about the dire conditions of this area and the reasons for the center not meeting its targets?
And what if she's even worse than our last supervisor?
Is that even possible? I mean, I remember the last one told me that my family life should have no interference with my work, that the fact that I had kids to look after was my problem, and that my daughter's illness was no excuse to miss a target.
Let's just hope to survive these individual interviews with her.
Hello, Zayla. Take a seat. So, Zayla, I've been going over the team's performance and I've noticed the targets have not been met. Have a biscuit, Zayla. You seem very tense. I have asked you to come in here because as an important member of the team, your input is very valuable. I want to understand what's standing in the way of our team achieving its targets. I know that you are all very capable, hardworking individuals.
Well, if you really want to know, the vaccine deliveries to our center are always delayed, which means caregivers who bring their children for vaccination are sometimes asked to leave and come again another day as we have run short on supply. So even though we managed to convince caregivers to bring their children in for immunization, they obviously won't come around repeatedly after leaving the center disappointed.
Of course. This is truly a huge problem, Zayla. And I'm so glad to hear that you have identified the root cause. But may I ask, why have you all not addressed this problem yet?
Ma'am, this has been the situation for the past few months since before you came. And when we reported it, nothing was done.
Oh, that's not good, Zayla. You tell me, what do you think we should do about it?
Well, when the problem began, some of us took the liberty to draw up the estimated need and a simple schedule that the delivery people can follow. It would ensure that we neither waste vaccines, nor do we ever run short when we need them most. We can only request you to speak to the authorities and convince them to follow this schedule.
That's a great idea. I will get a head start on this.
Really, ma'am? I can't believe you just let me offer a solution.
Yes, Zayla. It's essential to involve your team in the decision-making process. I value your contribution, and your idea is splendid. Always remember, 2 heads are better than 1.
I'm so relieved that the meeting last week with Ma'am Izara went so smoothly. I really didn't expect them to be of this nature.
Exactly. I thought she was meeting with us individually to reprimand us for our poor performance. But instead, she made it all about helping us solve the perpetual problems that have been hindering our work. And I do feel that I can perform better now.
Same here. What about you, Kyla?
Great. Ma'am Izara was so understanding about my situation with my daughter, and she told me that I could have flexible hours as long as I continued taking my work seriously and completing my targets. She even recommended some exercises that I could do with my daughter. I have never had a supervisor take such personal interest in my well-being. With her guidance, I've been feeling so motivated. I feel like I can achieve anything.
That is wonderful. It's so great to have a supervisor who's actually helpful rather than being intimidating and criticizing us all the time. I had no idea how recognition, appreciation, and rewards could be such strong motivation factors.
Hello, team. You must be wondering why I asked you all to meet me at this tea shop today. I wanted us to gather today and celebrate your successful efforts these past few weeks. I'm very pleased with the work you all have been doing. Although I have been hearing that a few challenges still persist, so far you have all been doing great work despite the difficult conditions, and I'm really glad that you have remained motivated. Since you all are each other's best support system, you need to work together. And whenever you face a challenge that you have trouble overcoming individually, remember that your peers might be experiencing the same thing, or they may have experienced the same in the past and may have some wisdom to share on the issue. I strongly believe that having a well-connected and cohesive team is a big opportunity to learn from each other's knowledge and experiences. Ma'am, your words of encouragement and support have motivated us to do even better. When I was starting out as a supervisor, I was learning on the job too. I saw good and bad supervisors, and over the years, I have learned and realized what a difference good supervisory skills can do to motivate FLWs to do even better. It's not hard. These are skills that we all can learn. Just as we ask you to work with empathy when you communicate with caregivers, similarly, supervisors should also show empathy towards their team and be supportive supervisors.